All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So one thing about me is I love a good theme. I love a theme. And lucky for us, this week we have a theme, and it's people being retarded in public, I guess. So I want to talk about the situation that is going on with Dave Portnoy, and I think that it is directly related to what has happened with Shiloh Hendrix. But before we get into it, this is your reminder to subscribe to this channel. We are like 10 subscribers away from 1,000. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. I don't know why we're just sitting in the suspense of it when we could just cross that line and cross it off the list. You know what I'm saying? And while you're at it, give the video a thumbs up, because why would you not? Why would you not? If you want to check me out on any other social medias, those are linked down below as always. And without any further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so just in case you aren't aware of what's going on, a couple of days ago, some dumbass kids came into one of Dave Portnoy's bars in Philly with a big sign that said, "Fuck the Jews." Now, obviously, it's distasteful. It's not a great thing to go around and do, 100%. So naturally, this was then brought to Dave Portnoy's attention, and he had a very strong reaction to this. He is Jewish, so I guess it hit close to home. We're going to listen to his reactions, but immediately when I saw this, I did feel like it was an overreaction. I'm not going to lie to you. Kind of in the same way that I feel like the left overreacts every time there's something that like even broaches racism. Now, of course, I think with both of these situations, what these people did probably is racist and probably is anti-Semitic. However, they're also just words. I fear that aspect is still there. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these videos from Dave Portnoy.
All right, emergency press conference time. So I'm getting ready to go to the Met Gala. And all of a sudden, my phone, the last hour or two, my phone's fucking blowing up. Our bar in Philadelphia, Barstool Sampson Street, usually a great fucking bar. You know, bottle service, people buy drinks. You get a sign. There was a sign yesterday that said, "Fuck the Jews." I've been shaking. I've been so fucking mad for the last 2 hours. Like, I instantly got on. This is why the emergency press conference was late, because I was so over the top. It's like, I'm going to fucking make it my life fucking mission to ruin these people. Like,
okay, so just immediately, that's an overreaction. I'm sorry. How is that not the same as the left cancel culture mindset? You know, to ruin someone's life because they said something bad. I'm just putting it out there. Now, granted, he does back off of this, but his initial instinct was to do exactly what the cancel culture does. And just let me cook, because I'm going to tie this all in.
I'm coming to your throat. I'm never ending. And I just sat, and for the last 2 hours, I have been on the trail. Trust me, I've been on the trail. You think I'm going to put up with this shit at my bar? So I've been hunting down waitresses, the table who did it, and everything you can fucking name, because I want fucking consequences for fucking actions. So I'm not just sitting back like, oh, what are you going to know? Trust me, I have been on it. I believe the two waitresses responsible for the table already fired. I talked to one of them, one of the dumbest fucking humans I've ever talked to in my life. She's at a fucking dance recital. She's like, "Can I call you back in 20? No fucking honey, you fucking can't. This is your one chance to talk to me. Idiot, total idiot, this girl. I've talked to the guy Mike Wade who's tagged. Guess what? He wasn't even fucking there. I had this kid basically in tears turning state witness to me, rolling on the people who were there. I've talked to one of the two guys who fucking did it. He's like, "I'm not anti-Semitic." He's basically crying to me. And I'm just like, I don't fucking buy it for a second. Who the fuck would do that sign in my fuck?
You know who would do that sign? One, yeah, absolutely. Someone who is anti-Semitic, but also somebody who is looking for attention because, remind me, did we recently have somebody fundraise $600,000 for doing this exact same thing in a different font?
Bar. You think I'm just gonna sit here? I'm gonna make it my fucking mission to put you in the lights. My fucking mission. Kid's crying. I just hung up on his ass. I go, I'm giving you 1 fucking hour. 1 fucking hour. 2 kids go to temple. Tell me, how do I make this fucking right before I go fucking ape shit? You want to take anti-Semitism classes, you want to do whatever, you make it feel right. I don't need your fucking tears.
Like, how is this any different? How is this any different than having to go to like an HR class or a DEI class training or having a DEI person? Like, how is this any different? I understand that it's one man, but it isn't. He is the face of it currently of this situation that's at hand, but this is a theme on the right. It just is.
The Mike Wade kid wasn't even fucking there. Wasn't in the bar. We got the footage. He's not even fucking bar. Trust me, they're pulling the footage. They're doing this. I'm 20 steps ahead. I'm using everything. I'm like, I am going to come for your fucking throat unless you give me answers. The 2 girls at the bar, idiots. This one girl, one of the waitresses, I just told her, like, you're the dumbest motherfucker I've ever talked to. 25 years old, going on fucking 2, you fucking dumb fuck. What I'm saying is I'm getting the names. I'm trying to be a little responsible. I'm trying to keep it together, but I'm all...
You're not doing a good job, pal. You are not doing a good job.
On it. I'm fucking on it.
So that was the first video. He's not done. He's not done. And we're going to continue to go through them because we need the context.
All right, real quick update on the Fuck the Jews sign that was at my bar in Philadelphia yesterday. 2 hours ago, he literally could have cooked an egg on my head. That's how much steam and heat I had come out of my ears. And the more I thought about it, it's like these are young fucking morons who did this. They're drunk. It's like, do you really want to ruin somebody's life? And let me be honest. I don't know what's going on in the world. I do, the Middle East, obviously, but I've been doing Barstool for 20 years. I've had more hate, more anti-Semitism in the last year and a half than I've ever had doing it. And whether people, it's like Kanye, the UFC guy, it's like mainstream lunatics. And I'm not talking about politics or what's going on in the Middle East, just hating groups of people. You hate my parents, you hate my grandparents, shit like that. It's crazy. So, yeah, my initial reaction was like, I'm going to fucking burn these people to the ground, their families, everything. And it's like, you know what? Maybe that's not the best course of action. Maybe I can use this as a teaching moment. And like, before people just are like, fuck the Jews or any group and the hate, let's try to like turn a hideous incident into maybe a learning experience, as cliche and very unlike me. But I talked to both the culprits who I know are super involved in it, talked to the families. I'm sending these kids to Auschwitz. They've agreed to go. That's, of course, the Holocaust concentration camps. Been in touch with the Crafts, who run the anti-hate group.
He doesn't clarify there. There is a museum. Okay, he's not sending them to a concentration camp per se. It is a museum.
We're going to send these kids to Auschwitz, and they're going to do a tour of the concentration camps in Germany, and hopefully learn something.
I don't know that sending them to Auschwitz is going to be the teachable moment that you think it is. Everyone knows about the Holocaust. Like, I just don't know that that's the root issue here as much as it is. He touches on it, the issues in the Middle and East, but then he really brushes it off, and it's like, but that, like, there's a direct not direct, but nearly direct correlation to things happening in Israel and Gaza to the increase of anti-Semitism. I'm not saying that it's right, but that, I mean, the two are correlated. So I just don't think sending them to Auschwitz is gonna be like the solution here. But oogie.
And maybe like their lives aren't ruined and they think twice, and more importantly, other people like, see, it's not just like words you're throwing around.
Okay, so at that point, that was the solution, but it's about to take a twist. A twist. And when we watch this next video, when we get into this next portion of it, I just want you to have Shiloh Hendricks in the back of your head, okay?
All right, another update from the sign situation at Barstow Sampson Street, which I am so sick of dealing with, but obviously going to deal with. So last time I'm like, I thought about it. I'm going to send the two people responsible to Poland, to Auschwitz concentration camps, and try to make it a teaching lesson. I talked to both of them on the phone. Both of them took accountability. Both of them were like, yeah, we did this. And we're willing to go and try to learn. Well, then I see a now deleted, I think it was an Instagram or Snapchat story of one of the kids, Mo Khan, the one who posted the video. And he has this long speech, we'll put it in, claiming he was just being a citizen journalist. He was just documenting his college life. He had nothing to do with the sign. Didn't buy it, had nothing to do with it, didn't even know what it was. He's just being a citizen journalist. Quite literally a 180 from when I talked to him. So I called up Mo. He presses record. It's a little message. Hey, this call is being recorded. He's like, I'm with my parents or whatever. I'm like, Mo, what's going on? Like, we need some accountability. You hand up, I did it, I fucked up, I'm stupid. Like, let's try to learn from this. And he's like, well, you know, I had nothing to do with it. I felt pressured into admitting that I had anything to do with it. This is the kid who uploaded the video laughing and being like, fuck the Jews. The kid who uploaded to Instagram. He's like, well, my name's already out there. I'm like, yeah, hey, asshole, you fucking uploaded this to Instagram. I didn't put your fucking name out there. Other people got it because you uploaded it to Instagram. You had a good laugh about it. And he's like, no, it wasn't me. I would never do that. I'm like, well, I'm getting a million DMs about you, including like another anti-Semitic joke like six months ago. I'm like, how do you explain that one if you're not ever doing anything like that? He's like, well, I really won't be able to explain that. Maybe my parents can explain that. Your parents can explain the, like, how do you find a Jew? You throw a quarter on the floor joke? Not like, I mean, whatever, I have thick skin, but this kid he wouldn't even admit he did. He's like, yeah, that's on a social media channel, like I deleted. I don't even have that anymore. Buddy, what are you doing? I'm like trying to make this a teachable moment, throw a lifeline to a kid. He's like, well, I already got suspended from Temple because you got a fuck the Jews sign at a bar and posted it on social media. What don't you get about that? Maybe if you actually learn a life lesson, maybe if people watch you.
This is exactly what the cancel culture mob does. Obviously, it's not on the same scale as Shiloh Hendricks. You may not have even heard of this case, but it caught my attention because, well, the thing that caught my attention from it was this kid has now created a fundraiser called Help Me Defend Myself from Dave Portnoy or something like that. And he's raised like $15,000 so far. So again, nowhere near Shiloh Hendricks, but I'm seeing a similarity, and in every single way. It's smaller scale, but it's still the exact same thing. Again, I'm just not seeing how the people who jumped to defend Shiloh Hendricks aren't doing the same thing here, and I suspect part of that is because with Shiloh Hendricks, the right was reacting to the left, and the left does not care about this story. Why? Why might that be? Why might it be that when you had a woman screaming at a child racial slurs, the left was up in arms, but you have somebody bringing a racist sign? Is it the wrong race, maybe? See, the thing that I'm seeing here is that for both the left and the right, it's the wrong race. And that is the conversation that nobody wants to have. If Shiloh Hendrix had screamed at a little Jewish kid, screaming, "You damn Jew," I don't think the left would have cared. I do not think the left would have even blinked. But the right-wing equivalent definitely would have made a big deal out of it. And if Mo Khan had posted a video of a sign that said, "Fuck the blacks," he would have been doxxed within 30 seconds of that video being online. And is that the difference? Is the difference that Mo Khan didn't get doxxed? Because that's a huge part of the argument from the right as to why they defended Shiloh Hendrix, which is nobody should lose their livelihood for saying something stupid, to which I agree. I absolutely agree. And I said myself when the whole thing was happening that, of course, doxing is a step too far. But judgment from the public square, that's a consequence of free speech. And of course, with Mo Khan, apparently there's a bunch more footage coming out of him, like dumping water on homeless people and whatnot. I don't know what's legit, what's not. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not defending this kid. This kid's an idiot. But so is Shiloh Hendrix. Like, I don't understand how people aren't drawing a parallel between these two, because it feels so obvious to me. They both had dumb shit posted online, but the reaction from the left and the right is literally inverted. Honestly, the only reason I'm talking about this, the only reason I feel like it matters is because I'm trying to define the line. It feels like both the left and the right have the exact same line in the sand when it comes to free speech. But for the left, it's racism. And let's clarify, that means racism against black people, because us whiteys simply cannot be victims of racism. God forbid. And for the right, it's anti-Semitism. Neither side will give you a clear definition as to what that is. It's pretty much just if the group feels like their feelings have been hurt. I definitely had people disagreeing with my take on Shiloh Hendrix because they say that their point is to cancel culture. She didn't back down to the cancel mob, and for that she should be rewarded. And to an extent, I can see that and I can understand that. And in that video, I brought up Lily Gaddis because I think that she is an actual good example of this, because at the end of the day, you're still rewarding bad behavior for Shiloh Hendrix. Like, this is still a lunatic woman who screams at children on the playground. And I did hear Matt Walsh, amongst many people, so fucking stupid, saying that there's no evidence that this kid is 5. As if that matters. Like, the kid is in the video. He's definitely younger than 10. So does that really matter? And further, do you have evidence that he's not 5? Like, I just don't know why that matters. Like, people are really sticking to that point. The kid isn't actually 5. Who gives a fuck? It's a kid. Anyways, that side trail. And it's an easy side trail because for me personally, my main issue with Shiloh Hendrix is not that she said the N-word. I don't care. It's the fact that she screamed at a kid. Just weird to me. Forbid. God forbid. For the people who avidly defend Shiloh Hendrix, would you have the same energy if it was more than just Dave Portnoy attacking Mo Khan? If the whole cancel mob decided suddenly they're against anti-Semitism and were coming after this kid and doxed him and he lost his job and he lost everything and he had to relocate, would you have the same energy? Because I have my doubts. Again, I do understand the argument for Shiloh Hendrix. I just think that, we should have some standards a little. I think that there's a difference between canceling the cancel mob and then, like, somebody who commented on my video on Monday called her a badass and brave. There's a difference between supporting her to get through the cancel mob and pedestalizing her. But there are many who are, and those are the people that I'm talking about. Similarly, I'm sure that there are people who are donating to Mo Khan who are probably painting him out to be a hero. And it's like, it's the same. It's just so fucking stupid. I feel like the parallel between these two stories is very stark, and I feel like it's very coincidental that they happened less than a week apart. The story just made it very clear that the left does not actually care about racism in public, because if they did, then they'd be outraged about this, and they're not. And it's a little bit harder to do the same litmus test for the right, because the right was largely reacting when it comes to Shiloh Hendricks, but I do have my suspicion that had Mo Khan gotten the same level of scrutiny, this would not be the same. So that's my theory. Take it or leave it. If you disagree, you can always leave that down below. I just ask that you be respectful about it. That is all. And yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I will chat with you later. Bye.